Namaskar. Welcome to Ahara Arogya Adhyatma, the light of samskara. The samskara is to remove away our bad and wrong habits and inculcate the good things. And today we have none other than Shilpa, who is a beauty with the brain. And she is a topper in MBBS and she secured 5 gold medals from Rajiv Gandhi Health University. She stood first to the whole state of Karnataka. And not only that, after her MD from St. John's Medical College, she has done a specialization in the stress psychology. So today the whole world is revolving around stress, right from children to adults. Everybody is under stress. And today she's going to tell us the spirituality and the science, how they go hand in hand, and how where the science stops, the spirituality starts, and to have a better quality of life and to live a very healthy and wise life, and how the Chaturmasa is important. More than that, she is so concerned about, in spite of being professor, head of the department in the medical college, she is worried about the mental health of the students, medical students and other students. And she has started her NGO. So please tell us about your NGO, and then afterwards you explain to us about the Chaturmasa. Welcome, Shilpa.
Thank you very much, madam, for giving this opportunity. So, myself and a group of like minded professionals, mainly academicians and consultants, medical consultants, we have started a platform called CopeMeds.
Hmm.
Especially dedicated for healthcare professional students, because as you all are aware, this healthcare professional, maybe medical students and allied health, they face a lot of stress, and somewhere
Yes,
we felt that a targeted approach is needed, not off the
correct.
shelf solutions. Maybe a
Yeah.
targeted and tailored solutions is required. So it is
Hmm.
just in the process of inception, it will be out soon. So me and a lot of other people have joined hands. I think madam is also a part of it, so thank you very much as an advisor.
Yeah.
And we all will join together, and we wanted to do something to the future doctors of our
Yeah,
community.
yeah,
So that is
yeah,
the
yeah.
main
No,
purpose of
this is very important because compared to the other common men, the lifespan of the doctors has come down by 4 years. And lots of the students and the doctors are committing suicide. In spite of being very highly accomplished in profession, they are committing suicide because they're under lots of pressure. And I think that is a very wonderful thing that you have started. And I wish you all the best for that. And let us go to the today's topic of Chaturmasa. So when exactly the Chaturmasa starts and when it ends, and what are the things to be observed during this vrata? Please let us know.
Chaturmasa is a period of 4 months in the Hindu calendar year, madam. So,
Yeah,
as the
Panchanga. We
name,
call it as
yes,
Panchanga, not the
Panchanga,
calendar.
yes,
Okay, okay.
exactly, Panchanga. It is the 4 month period starting from Ashada Dashmi, that is the bright half of Ashada Masa, the 10th day in the
Hmm,
Panchanga, till the Kartik Masa, that is the
hmm,
full moon day, Paurnami of
hmm,
Kartik Masa. We all
hmm,
celebrate Diwali, and I think
hmm.
after 15 days of Diwali, there is a Tulsi Puja festival. So just
Yes.
after the Tulsi Puja festival, it ends there. So it
Hmm,
spans 4 months or masas in the Panchanga. That
hmm,
is Shravana Masa, Bhadrapada Masa, and Ashwaja Masa, and Kartika Masa. So this
Kartik
is
Masa.
what
Hmm,
is Chaturmasa. And the
hmm,
main practices what are observed or to be observed in Chaturmasa, the main one is abstinence from some food items. That is, in the
yes,
first
yes.
month, we need to practice abstinence from vegetables. That is called as Shaka Vrata. Shaka is
Hmm,
vegetables, Shaka
hmm,
Vrata. The
hmm.
second month we observe abstinence from curd, that is
Oh,
Dadi Vrata. And the third month, we observe abstinence from milk and milk products, that is
hmm,
Kshira Vrata. And the
hmm,
fourth month is for Dvidala Vrata, that is mainly your pulses, the
hmm,
maybe
hmm,
dals, different kinds of dals. So we observe abstinence from pulses and the vegetables and fruits which have a lot of seeds. So this
hmm.
is about the food abstinence. There are a lot of
Okay.
other practices to be
Hmm,
observed in Chaturmasa as and when possible. Like
hmm,
some people do a lakh, wicks
hmm,
and give it to the
hmm,
temple. Some people
hmm.
Laksha Pradakshina we call.
Laksha,
They take
Laksha
a lakh.
Deepotsava, Laksha Deepotsava, Laksha
Yes,
Pradakshine, and
Pradakshina, all
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
and some people have the habit of sleeping on the floor. during those
Hmm.
4 months,
Hmm.
abstinence from alcohol, non-vegetarian food. So there are a
Very,
lot of
very, very, very important, because
yes,
the recent study, research done, the surveys in Bangalore, 28% of the college students are addicted to alcohol. 28%. And more and more youngsters are dying because of the drug abuse. And all the sudden deaths in the younger generation is because of that, because they are going away from the spirituality and then going towards the pleasure. So I think to control that pleasure hunting and then getting into the bad habits can be done in a very systematic way in the form of a vrata. And in the Rigveda also it is said that out of Pancha Mahapataka, one of them is a Surapana. But still,
yes,
most of the youngsters now they are aping at the best and then getting into the alcohol, which is a depressant, and that depressant, is killing all the organs in the body. And in that
yes,
situation, this vrata, like how they go for, in a pious way to the Ayyappa Swami or do the Varkari, Pandarpur or the Srishalam thing, no? I think this is one way to bring back the youngsters back into the our customs and our tradition and the samskara, and I think that's really wonderful. Please go ahead, ma'am.
very true, ma'am. So, what happens? We'll see the scientific basis of why it is
Yeah.
done, because all our scriptures, all our practices, they definitely have a scientific
Scientific.
basis.
Yes. Yes.
So, during this time, as you all know, it's a rainy season time. So, what
Hmm.
happens is it is both the ways. It is helpful for the environment and helpful
Hmm.
for our body also. So, in the
Hmm.
first month, the fresh
Hmm.
rains would have started, and there
Hmm.
are a lot of microorganisms, bacterial growth in these
And also the
vegetables and
insects
insects.
also will be
Yes,
there. Yeah.
insects.
Hmm.
So one thing is to preserve them, and also
Hmm.
for our health, and also
Hmm.
the sunlight. The strength of
Hmm.
the sunlight will be a
Hmm.
little weaker during
Less.
this rainy
Yes.
season because
Yes.
of the
Yes.
cloud cover, because
Cloud
of the
is, yeah.
scattering. And we all know that science has also proved that sunlight is very important, maybe for vitamin D synthesis,
Yes.
digestion mainly.
Yes.
So all these practices are done to be a little, light on the digestive system.
Hmm.
This gives an opportunity for us to, reboot our gut microbiome and
Yeah.
go easy on the digestive system, improve our digestive capacity. This has
Hmm.
all been proved by research and published. There are a
Yes.
lot of publications in Ayurveda journals also.
Hmm.
So this is mainly done so that our digestive system to maintain the efficacy
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
digestive
Yeah.
system.
It is
And
very, very infection and bacterial infection, cold, cough, and sneezing, everything will be there. So when you have a gut flora better, your immunity is better, you can be much healthier. And that's
yes,
how, what you're telling makes sense, at this. Yeah,
yes.
please go ahead. Yeah.
And when we see if we take this as the face value, we may feel that, oh, abstaining from vegetables from 1 month will cause us a lot of deficiency. It is not that. It is compensated for by, for
Hmm.
example, in Dadi Vrata, curd is banned. Curd we should not take, but we can take buttermilk, and buttermilk
Yeah.
little heavier. And during
Hmm.
rainy season, many people do avoid curd in the night. So curd,
Yeah.
instead of curd, we take buttermilk. And
Hmm.
also vegetables, we compensate that by including all these dals,
Hmm.
pulses,
Hmm.
and millets,
Hmm.
etc. So it is in a way sustainable eating, and
Hmm.
it improves our immunity. It
Hmm.
helps in the prevention of diseases, and
Hmm.
all.
They don't travel because if they feel that walking on the grass or the mud, they are killing the microbes, especially the
Yes,
Jains and the Buddhists. And I
Yes.
think this is practiced by not only Hindus, even the Jains and the
Right.
Buddhists also. And as a result, it is an age old tradition where the people are balancing between the ecology and their own life and
Yes.
for the good health. And
Yes.
even in the Upanishad says, no, Mitabuk, Hitabuk, Trutubuk. That means we have to take food according to the Rutu, that
Yes.
is the season, and then it should be Hita, that is good for us, and then it should be healthy. And
Yes.
that has to be taken in a small quantity. So, not overeating also. So, now we know that overeating also is a disease and that should be avoided. So, when you are doing as a vrata, that means you are taking limited, you are not overeating. It is not a diet. Dieting is different. This is a scientific way of dieting, I can say. That
Correct.
is the upasa. Yeah, upasa is very good. Yeah, please go ahead.
So we do a lot of fasting also in this month. There are a lot of fasting rituals also which take place. And another thing is, it is not only from the physical health aspect, but also psychological. When we
Yes,
abstain from something, it increases our self.
craving.
Yes, self control and self realization, self awareness. It builds up our resilience. So
Yeah,
this mind body connect, the mind
yeah.
body connect is also brought about in this in these practices during the Chaturmasa. So it is
Yeah,
a very very intelligently and very much scientifically
scientifically
rooted
done. Yeah. And
practices,
here,
madam.
we call it as the brain, heart, and the body axis. That means the
Yes.
neurotransmitters from the brain, they stimulate the heart, and the heart in turn, if it beats well, we are healthy. And during this time, maintaining our body temperature is also very important. So I think this the brain, heart, and the body axis also is taken care of, because whatever happens to our brain, like the negative thoughts are there and it has a very bad effect on our body. But when you are doing the vrata or upvasa, upa is taking small quantity of food and vasa is residing with God. So when we are doing lots of bhajan and kirtan and listening to the Puranas and kates and stories, our mind also becomes very nice and very peaceful, and the stress also goes off. And
Yes.
nowadays, everybody is stressed right from childhood to anything. And I think this is the whole family can be together and they celebrate or observe this vrata, and that is so nice. Please go ahead.
Definitely, madam. As you said, this vrata is not limited to any one particular age or any one particular caste, creed. Anybody can do it, right? From our
Yes.
saints, seers, monks to common people, both men, women, whatever is possible by them. By observing this abstinence, I think the physical health, mental health, both are boosted up. And as you know, we observe a lot of festivals also during this season.
Yes.
Anyhow, I mean, the rainy season itself
Yeah.
brings in a little low mood. There is
Yeah.
no sunlight, so that also
Yeah.
has, that is why all these festivals and a lot of scriptures are read, like Bhagavata is read during Bhadrapada Masa, and Garuda Purana is read during Pakshamasa, which will be coming. So all these are to strengthen the mind and to boost up our resilience, and the emotional intelligence part is also taken care of during the practices
Yeah.
observed during the
Yeah.
Chaturmasa Vrata.
Yeah, that is when there is the weather is gloomy, we should
Yes.
not become gloomy. So
Yes.
instead of being gloomy, we should be happy and more energetic. And then, the what to say, that the family together sitting, laughing, and listening to the nice stories. And then, it is a more of a moral values are added to our life. And
Yes.
today, the people, the moral values have gone to a toss, and they are aping at the West, thinking that that is the best. In fact, the Westerners are looking at us and they are doing. And in fact, we never, I mean, realize the importance of upvasa, the fasting. Whereas the Japanese fellow did the research and he got the Nobel Prize. So
Yes.
whatever our scientific way of living is there from age-old methods, and
Correct.
that others are following, but our youngsters are not following. So here we have to tell the youngsters that science and spirituality, they are the same two faces of the same coin. And so don't think that you are scientific, you are modern, and so you don't have to look at the age old methods. No, all the traditional things are, for thousands of years, the samskara, that means unwanted things are removed and the wanted things are added to that. And that's how this Chaturmasa has come. And it is so very wonderful that, the people who are addicted to the wrong habits and all can be brought back. I think to do the de-addiction, this is the best method of doing the de-addiction and bringing their mind, make them strong. What do you think?
Definitely, madam. In any de-addiction program, what happens? We don't stop anything, at one time. We just slowly taper it down. So this
Hmm.
Chaturmasa also has that principle only. And while
Hmm.
we are tapering it down, our mind gets distracted. Our mind gets
Yes.
restless, and we are pulled to use the same substance again and again. So
Hmm.
control that activity. I think a lot of other practices like listening to the Puranas, listening to the
Hmm.
scriptures, and celebrating festivals, all
Hmm.
these are aligned because even if this de-addiction, as I said earlier, we have to also abstain from all the non-vegetarian food, alcohol, smoking.
Yes.
So when it
Yes.
is done in a staggered way, and we don't allow our mind to get distracted to use the
Hmm.
item by distracting it in more meaningful ways, in more
Hmm.
purposeful ways, and
Hmm.
this activates or stimulates our parasympathetic system also, which
Very good.
slows the heart. When we
Yes.
listen to these Puranas, when we
Hmm.
participate in festivals, bhajans, a lot of festivals come during this time, Nagar Chauti, Panchami, and throughout we
Hmm.
have Ganesh Chaturthi. So all this will stimulate our parasympathetic system, and it will
Hmm.
see to it that we build up that emotional strength
Yes.
not to use the substance. I think this is a very good, what should I say, the time or the design, as
Hmm.
mentioned in Varaha Purana. I think they had a future vision.
Hmm.
So, de addiction programs, or if we actually start following these vratas, and even as you said, fasting, intermittent fasting is only reinvented. We already had this
Yes.
Ekadashi every 15 days once, we
Yes.
were observing it. So all these are really, they have a scientific basis. Even for
Hmm.
de-addiction programs to abstain, this is a very, very good and auspicious month to give it a start. Only thing, a little bit willpower is required. When we start off, I think it will take us a long way.
I know. And what is so wonderful about this is, if you tell the youngsters with the non-veg, you are getting the animal lard, and that will increase the atherosclerosis and the heart attack will be more. Smoking and alcohol will also kill you. The heart attacks are more with that. And especially the drug addictions have become rampant. And the present surveys in Bangalore have shown that 28% of the college students are addicted to the alcohol, and more than 15,000 children every year are getting initiated into the smoking, not only the just tobacco, even the ganja. And I think all the sudden deaths in occurring in the last few months, for them it's a lesson that bring your children back, youngsters back into the tradition, and make them do the vrata so that their mind becomes strong and they are away from the negative thoughts and the pleasure mongering like the western. And then, when they go from prapanchika to paramartha, their mind becomes strong and the positive attitude will come, and their health also will improve. So here, if as you, I mean, the healthy mind and the healthy body, very very important for our life. And that too in the Chaturmasa, when the whole atmosphere is so depressive, when you excite with do the bhajans, and especially when you're doing bhajan and clapping like this, there are 39 acupressure points, and then that 39 organs get more oxygen and nutrition. And apart from that, blood pressure comes down, blood sugar comes down, and the endorphins and neuropeptides are released from the brain, and our health also improves. And that way, doing the Lakshadipotsava or bhajan or kirtana or anything, it takes away all the negative thoughts. And nowadays, the women also, they have become what is it, couch babies, and sitting and looking at the bad serials which show only the anger and the frustration and the revenge, sittu sokku sedu. And as a result, their mind also is ruined because of those serials. And if they keep away from that and go for the kirtanas, and I think that would be very very nice. And as a whole, our society should go back to our tradition, the roots. The roots are very important. Remember, the tree cannot be fine unless the roots are good. So let us all go back to the Chaturmasa, and as you have beautifully explained, and thank you very much for telling the spiritual and the scientific approach in this Chaturmasa Vrata. And thank you very much, Shilpa. We are very grateful to you. Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity, madam. Thank you very much. Namaste.
Okay.